Look, I defeated my fears, soaked a towel in my tears. So ahead of my time, what comes next are all my oldest ideas. I'm wiser than my chin check y'all in y'all beard.
Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Arizona Cardinals. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the rookie first-rounder from San Diego State, it's Rashad Penny. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Jamar Taylor will be credited with a tackle.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On second down, here's Penny. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup, and now they've got a 3rd down and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Davis. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10. Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
This is Marshall. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
No. Check. Patriot.
On 3rd down, Rosen. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, Quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
On fourth down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. Back deep, the dangerous Tyler Lockett. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Now it's Lockett. They juked him. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
All right, here we go.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Out to kick is Janikowski. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And, partner, let me make a quick pivot here. Season winding down. They're number 32 in offense this year. The last in the league. Where do they go?
Anywhere and everywhere, but they have to do it with a plan. And I think about Atlanta a bunch of years ago. They decided they wanted to get what they thought was going to be a franchise quarterback, and indeed he is, Matt Ryan. But they had to supplement it. They went free agency, got a running back, came back and traded back into the first round in the same draft to get a left tackle to protect him. Really supplemented that pick, complemented that pick, and went to the playoffs the very next year.
Well, maybe they can use that and carbon copy it. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, Rosen. And Nelson's got it here right side. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Watch you now, Barney. Barney. Let him know. Let him know. Let him know. Let him know.
On 3rd down, it's Marshall. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here's Andy Lee now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because
he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamar Taylor, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. But that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Now a play fake here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
Leopard! Gone! 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 Leopard! Leopard! Right there, 54 Mike.
Rosen on first and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think a Cardinal was able to gain possession, yes, so they will hold on to the ball.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now Rosen to throw on second down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Cordero Patterson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Weddle, and he's able to bring it out 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Here we go.
After the interception, here's Rosen. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Marshall. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
This one left side caught by Patterson. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Then we got to give a little tip of the cap for the defense there. Zone coverage, locked it in tight, made it really difficult because they tried the crossing route against it, and it worked for a completion, but you have to know where the sticks are on 3rd down. Didn't get beyond them, no pickup.
Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
Lay down.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Ready to go now in the 2nd quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football, and they've got it here with a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
On 1st down, they run with Howard. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Let's go, defense. No. Check. Patriot! Patriot!
On 2nd down, here's Rosen. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Miles Jack coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. The Cardinals on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. They'll run with Marshall. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. And there is nothing easy about being a kicker on a day like this.
Yeah, I tell you, not only is the footing tough in the snow, but kicking that ball is like kicking a rock. Very difficult to get any sort of feel on your kicks.
Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55.
Green, 39! Detroit!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Back 99, Philly, here we go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. The tackle made there by Dayon Buchanan.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now Davis on 3rd down. And he showcased the spin, but couldn't do much else as he's wrangled down. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Get a little closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Check safety, check safety.
Leopard! Leopard!
They'll begin the drive with Howard. And an alley to run. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw two tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
And here's Marshall. And some space here. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
57's the mic. Rock 57.
And they run with a backup. This is Thomas Rawls. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
No. Check. Patriot.
And they'll throw it with Rosen. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. The Cardinals on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Mike 5-4.
Detroit. Gun.
Hey, watch out. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Danny.
Here's Rosen. And the pressure gets to him again. The former Buckeye, Cameron Hayward. And that's going to make it 4th down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Returnable for Lockett. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They begin with a run by Penny, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Penny, a first down carry. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this.
Watch that in, tight end's right.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Set. 319. 319.
Davis off the play fake, sliding out of the pocket. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. So out now come the Cardinals. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And now it's Rosen looking. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5.
Set. 319.
Davis now. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11.
4 down, 4 down.
Set. 319. 319.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Single, single.
Back to throw. Davis. They set up the screen to Penny. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Rashad Penny, his second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. Out to kick is Janikowski. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team. Right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Rosen again on 2nd and 10. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. The Cardinals on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Check, check. Watch the score. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
Now Rosen. He's going to air one out. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Davis throwing to start the drive. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
A handoff to Penny. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Looking to throw. Davis looking deep for Gabriel. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? Well, a lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. Space to maneuver at the 40. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it, and they've run it well here to start the second half.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Leopard! Leopard!
Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Switch.
Another run, but this time it's Rawls. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. The cornerback, it's Logan Ryan who brings him down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
4 down.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
This is Howard on second down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to face a 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Hey, you got 3.
Gun! 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 Gun!
Check it out.
Now Rosen looking to throw. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. But the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
This is taken around the 12. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude for scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go now.
Davis now. Off play action. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. And in Week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. We'll step aside. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. A first throw for the backup, Wilson. Wide open receiver, complete. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man of the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. The former Charger All-Pro Eric Weddle on the stop.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Now Davis looking to throw on second down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 36. Davis off the play fake. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially when we get deeper in the game.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers, he's under 3 yards a carry at the moment.
All right, here we go. Green.
They'll try and run for it with Penny. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
Pete Carroll looks like he likes his chances with the offense on the field. They're going for it on 4th. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. It's the fullback. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. Back to throw. Davis. This will be caught at about the 6. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. Out to kick is Janikowski. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. Hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 now. It's Rosen. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think a Cardinal was able to gain possession, yes, so they will hold on to the ball. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on
Detroit!
3rd down.
Detroit!
3rd and long here for Rosen. It's caught. Nelson. Give them 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
And they'll go on the ground. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Leopard!
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Right here.
Back 99 Philly, here we go!
Now it's Rosen. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And on the ground they go with the running back. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The tackle by Robert Quinn.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the 4th and final quarter. The Cardinals on 3rd down. Just one conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This will be 3rd and 19.
Watch it now, Barney!
To throw is Rosen. Lets it go for Nelson. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Check three. Here we go. Slam. Mike's by four. All you get is a headache. Watch the edge.
Here we go. It's Rosen on 4th down. Caught by Nelson left side. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football.
No. Check. Patriot.
Here's a give to Penny. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29. Well, I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right.
319.
Again, it's Penny. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And the Seahawks on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
We got 4. All right, here we go.
Looking to throw. Davis. Got a man. It's Ross. Complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
Here we go now. 319.
Here's Penny on the counter. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Green, 39. Green.
Back to throw. Davis. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. So here, the men in charge are going to be looking at whether or not the receiver had possession of the ball as he went out of bounds.
And they have to make sure that the receiver got both feet down in bounds as well.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Now Rashad Penny. Down right around the 25. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 8.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll run it again with Penny. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. And now the Cardinals are going to use another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. Sebastian Janikowski to try the Seahawks field goal. This will be, 38 yards out. And Janikowski bangs it through, and that will make this now a 15-point advantage. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Rosen. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Now it's Patterson. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to the air, Rosen after the pick 6. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think a Cardinal was able to gain possession, yes, so they will hold on to the ball. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity missed.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Kevin King with a pick. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Now it's Patterson. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And that one incomplete. Had some position, but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the 4th quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Alert! Alert! 3 down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Fight, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. He's had his interception woes early in his rookie season, but sometimes that happens. There are great examples of guys in the past that have had those same struggles early.
You are so correct. And what the team and organization is hoping, we're going to see these woes now, but later when we're helping him with his Hall of Fame speech, we'll remember his rookie year and how things began.
They'll run with Penny. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
Looking to throw. Davis. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90!
Here's Davis throwing on 3rd and long. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And Janikowski bangs it through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Short kick. One of the up mid will take it now. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10.
Watch the left. Watch the left. Let's go, D.
Here we go now. Blue 90! Blue 90!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Now it's Penny. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. Oh, partner, there's something special about a game in the snow. Just always fun in these elements, although a little chillier up here in the open-air booth. The only thing that's not fun is that we got the mid-game notification that our flight was canceled tonight, but we'll deal with that later. It was really a fun game to watch, though.
It was, and there is something special about games played in the snow because the element of surprise really kicks in. You don't know how they're going to handle the ball, if someone's going to make a dramatic play just out of nowhere, and all of a sudden it just changes the course of things. But a big shout out to our crew to make sure that we were comfortable up here, as comfortable as one could be. In these elements, they took care of us and made sure we were dressed properly.
So for the Seahawks, a final win here means they'll finish at 14-2. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Arizona, they're going to bottom out here to wrap up this very forgettable season at 2-14. And it's fair to say wholesale changes will be forthcoming